We continue to follow breaking news at 5:30 tonight. John Goodman will get a new trial. The ruling coming down about 30 minutes ago.
News Channel 5's Alex Sanz joins us live from outside the Palm Beach County Courthouse with the late details. Alex.
And really a surprise for a lot of people watching this case very closely. The decision, as you said, coming from inside the Palm Beach County Courthouse just before 5 o'clock. News Channel 5 confirming it just before the top of the hour that Judge Jeffrey Colbath would in fact grant John Goodman a new trial after he said defense attorneys in fact proved allegations of juror misconduct. The story, as you know, has been playing out for several months involving juror Dennis DeMartin and allegations, the most recent ones being that he knew of his ex-wife's DUI arrest in Connecticut back in 1997, but never told anyone about it during the jury selection process. That the allegation from defense attorneys. And not just that the two spoke about it during the trial. This on top of the other allegations that were published in a book that he wrote, a couple of books over the last several months, including that perhaps he was using information from the trial for that book, that drinking experiment we heard so much about. The judge heard the arguments again for 2 hours this past Monday as defense attorneys and the prosecutors grilled Dennis DeMartin on the stand, at times during a contentious exchange. After several days of weighing the evidence, the testimony, he said, John Goodman, convicted of DUI manslaughter in connection with the death of Scott Wilson last year, does deserve a new trial. A short time ago, Roy Black, the lead defense attorney, sent us this statement that reads in part, "A juror who deceives to get out of jury in a high-profile case for his own profit is a trial lawyer's worst nightmare. Fortunately, this time the deception was exposed and a courageous judge set aside the verdict." He goes on to say that in an era of social media and so much communication, we could expect to see a lot of these kinds of things happening, with judges perhaps changing decisions, setting aside convictions, ordering new trials if information like this develops after there is a conviction, no matter how many months go by. One thing to point out, we spoke to several jurors today, reaching out to them, who were part of his trial. A lot of them have moved on, don't want to weigh in on what's happening the last several days. But one juror, Chris Copeland, spoke to us before this ruling was issued. He says as far as he's concerned, everything he heard and saw during the trial, during deliberations, was fair. It was impartial, and that based on what he saw, and despite everything we have seen since, that guilty verdict should stand. Our coverage from here continues on News Channel 5 at 6.